Hello and welcome, it's Ruth here at artfulstampin.co.uk. So I'm so glad that you guys have been enjoying my latest One Sheet Wonder video, and I have to confess I've been itching since last night when I actually filmed that video to have a go doing a different combination of stamps or colours just to see if the system works with other things, or whether it was just a fluke the first time that it worked. So I'm kind of eagerly waiting for a few people to join to kind of give me some colour options, and I'm just going to grab a few more floral stamps off my shelf ready to use. I've already got my post-it notes here ready and waiting to have another go. So please could you give me some suggestions of some colours while I grab a few more floral stamps. So hi there everybody that's coming in. I don't have a second device with me tonight. My daughter has put her tablet somewhere and I cannot find it for the life of me. And so I'm just going to have to keep looking up to see if there are any comments. So please do comment away, say hello while I grab a few stamps. I'd like to use Christmas Countdown because that's a new one. Maybe Beautiful Promenade as well. Oh, there is that Magnolia Blooms, but we'll see. Possibly Painted Harvest. Oh, Varied Vases. And maybe even a little bit of this one, the Tea Together. Give me your colour choices, or if you've got a particular colour combination you'd like to see me use, please just type three colours in one go. And I just want some colour inspiration, please. I want something very different from what I did the previous video on. The last video was very much sort of spring colours. It was Pool Party and Pear Pizzazz and Coastal Cabana. So I'm going to put those aside. I don't really want to be using those again. Hi, Ohio, Ruth from Ohio. Could use Rococo Rose. I wouldn't mind using some rich tones. Let's have a look. Let's think. Possibly Mary Mallow. Oh, possibly even Cajun Craze with. Let's go something quite fun, and what about that with Old Olive. Should we try that, guys? I want to just get on and do it because I really do want to test. Hello, sorry, did I disappear then? I'm back again. So I want to see if that last video that I filmed is going to work again. So I have been having some issues with my phone recently, so I'm sorry if I do disappear for a second. If you just bear with me, I should come back. For some reason my phone doesn't like my SIM card, so it keeps saying it's not readable, it's not reading it, and then it goes away. Right, hello, I'm back. Okay, let's if I switch off my mobile data, will that help, I wonder? Oh well. It's a buffing day, yes. I had problems all kind of yesterday and this morning, and then it's been fine for a while, and then now it's decided to play up again, so I'm really sorry. I don't know whether it's because I need to get a new phone or if I need to check out my SIM card or what it is. So I need to put my SIM card in another phone to see if if it works better or what. Okay, so I'm just laying down these circles fairly randomly. Might just do an added one there. I feel like there are a few more on here than the original one that I did. So then, oh, you just got a new one, Sheila. Oh, nice. Okay, so then here are my post-it notes, or sticky notes, that I already pre-cut using the circle layering dies. And so go. So you just place those in the middle. Now, after I cut these, I realised that these were a little bit smaller than the circle frame, but and I thought, oh no, I've made a mistake. I should have cut the bigger circles, but it still seemed to work. It, you know, it worked okay, so I was happy with it. Oh, I'd like to use some of this texture. Let's first, and then we'll go for getting some of this colour down. So like before, I used a yellow for the background. I've got a pile of blocks here ready waiting for me. Just to get some of this colour down. So I tend to start with my lightest colours first, and then go from there, just to lay down a bit of a background. And I'm making sure that some of this bulk kind of initial texture is going near the masked areas. I just feel that's kind of important. I don't really know why, but it just feels like it should have a masked bit. And don't forget your corners, don't forget the ends of your pieces of paper, because you know you shouldn't neglect those little parts there. Right, there we go. So that's a bit of the yellow down. I hope you guys can see that okay. Then we want some sort of floral, nice kind of... Hi, I'm back again. Sorry guys. I'm going to take out my charger. I'm wondering if it's my charger that's being a pain. Take my charger out and see if that helps. There we go. Are you still with me, guys? I'm so sorry about this. Okay, so let's have a look. What colours did I choose? Oh, it's Cajun Craze, and oh, let's see if this works. So I've got this lovely image here. Oh, this Cajun Craze is really quite juicy. Hiya, Janice. You're still with me, Laurie. Thank you. Yeah. So with the floral elements, I'm making sure that I am putting them quite near to the masked area. So this is Cajun Craze, very juicy Cajun Craze. I must have re-inked it. And my aim is not to put the flowers all the way around every single circle. Just portions of it there. Okay, I'm kind of looking for the gaps as well as I'm going along. Right, so let's get Rococo Rose and use that for this centre stamp here. This one. Let's see how that looks against the Cajun Craze. Oh, it's very rich looking. I don't know if you guys are picking up the detail of this, but it's very rich. You know, that lovely pink against that very dark terracotta. It seems to be doing okay. It seems to be holding its own. So this is the bit that I end up editing for you guys when I do a edited video. You don't get to see all the stamping, but there we go. Do you want at least one on that, or one on that one on the top right? This one here, is that what you're talking about? Do you want at least one on that? Hi from Texas. Hello, Beth. Lovely to see you. Do you mean that one, Ruth? Do you mean that one up here? This one here? Yes, possibly. Now you've mentioned it. Well, it's good having all your eyes on it, isn't it? You can tell me where I've got gaps. Which is the downside of just filming and doing it myself. I have nobody in my ear going, what about that bit over there? So much as I love both doing the lives and doing just the straight off videos, because when I was filming, I could not believe that when I finished filming, and that from start to finish, and yes, okay, I didn't glue down the finished cards, that was, I had to do that off camera, but it literally took 20 minutes from start to finish. I couldn't believe how fast the process was. Left. This one. Oh, this one. Maybe there like that. I feel like this one needs to have something, but I'm not quite sure. Maybe there like that. Anyway, we've got other things to fill it up, so I'm not too worried. We've got lots of other fun things to stamp on here yet. I'm just going to give this a bit of a clean because I don't want this to stain too much. And I've got my lovely stamp cleaner here. Yeah, Janice, it's an idea I've had for a little while, and now I've done it, I'm thinking, oh, I want to do some other stuff. You know, I want to do the squares and see what that's going to look like, you know, because what this does is actually really helps you and forces me to make sure I have some white space on my stamping. I fancy using this kind of, see that kind of ferny bit? I fancy using a bit of that green. Actually, I'm going to do that later, because before I do that I want to add some more floral. So these ones are really beautiful line florals. So I'm going to do this in the pink. Just fill in some areas. Again, I'm not too worried about filling absolutely every area because we've still got the green to go in there yet. There we go. Okay, I think that is it. That's fine. Right, let's get this one on here. Oh look, so far I haven't got ink on my thumb. Give me a few more minutes though, and I'm sure I will get there. Oh, and my phone hasn't glitched out. Yay. Right, so let me just remind myself of that image. Okay, so I don't really want, do I want the berries? Oh, stuff it, let's just see what happens, eh? Let's pop that in there. It's a really pretty texture, this fern. I suppose ferns are, aren't they? They're almost ethereal, aren't they? They're so delicate and lovely. So I do like the texture it's giving. I almost feared that there was too many line textures in this because of all the lines in this flower and also these little leaves, but it's doing okay for now. I might want to bring in some more solid lines, or sorry, solid images, just to help counterbalance all the kind of line textures, but it's okay so far, I think. Stick one in there. Okay. What could I? Maybe some solid flowers. I don't know. Let's have a think. All these little flowers here. Maybe with the yellow, because I've got the yellow as a background, but I haven't used the yellow again, have I? So let's see how that would work. Might be nice to have some little flowers in the Cajun Craze as well, but let's just get some extra texture sitting alongside everything. Okay. Lovely. Really happy with that. Then there's this tiny little, this one. Oh, but this one. This is solid and delicate at the same time. I think in the Cajun Craze. Okay, any further suggestions, guys? Can you see any gaps that you think need filling? Again, don't forget the edges. Just going to clean my stamp. I've ended up with ink in between. Can you see I've ended up with ink in between the images? So you've got to be careful when that happens, because it's very easy to over push and, you know, get the ink where you don't want it. So right, should we do the big reveal then? Let me just, I'm viewing it from my screen so I get a better overall view. I think maybe something here. But I do like having this little bit of white space. But we are going to have white spaces coming up there. Oh, so this is a whole new concept for me, because I've not ever done this before. So I'm really quite enjoying this. Just going to put a little bit more yellow here. A bit more yellow there. Has everyone disappeared, or are you all just sitting back and letting me do the work? Right, shall we have a look at this then? Let me move the ink pads out of the way. I don't want to destroy my work now. So, oh, take care, Cindy. You're going to make monster cookies. Hooray. Love the large flower. Is that from the Promenade set? Yes, it is. It's from Beautiful Promenade. Right, there we go. So, what I didn't think about what I was going to do. Sorry, I'll rephrase that. I had the idea for this in my head, but didn't think what I was going to do with all these gaps. So it wasn't until I actually did it yesterday that I realised, well, of course, that leaves areas for doing your sentiments. And it just worked out so beautifully. So if you haven't seen the video, please do, after I get off here, do watch the video I've released this afternoon, because, you know, so some of you have been on this kind of journey with me doing YouTube lives, and you know when I get excited about stuff, and it's just so lovely to be able to share it with you, because like, you know, it's just me in my craft room, and yes, my kids might be interested, but you know, they're not as interested as you guys. And so it's just really lovely to be able to share those moments where I go, whoa, look at this, I think this is gonna, like, this is a game changer, this really works, you know, have a go doing this. And you know, I know from the feedback that I'm getting from you guys that you're having a go, so it's really great to see. So here we go. Look, and I love the randomness. You know, this is completely unplanned, but yet every single card is going to come out fine. So we've got a space there for a sentiment, so we could turn it that way if you wanted to, have your sentiment there. You can have it that way, put your sentiment there, it's up to you, have it at the top. I personally prefer it on the side, so either way it's fine by me. Then we've got, oh, I've got ink on my hand somewhere, let me just clean my fingers. I'm transferring ink. So there's this one, you know, perfect spots for doing some extra butterflies or a sentiment there. Here, look at that, perfect, 2 spots for doing a sentiment and something else. And then this one as well. So that, you know, incredible really. So as long as you get enough circles on your initial one, you know, way to go. Right, should we do another one? While I'm getting more paper, can you guys decide what colours you want me to use? Right, more paper, more paper, more paper. Right, I'm back. So more colours please, people. Give me some new colours, and I'm going to change up the stamps that I use. I'll put these ones away. Spring colours, who said that? Minnie. Hi Minnie. I used spring colours earlier, so if you could give me alternative spring colours to ones I used before. I used So Saffron, Pool Party, Coastal Cabana, and Grey Granite. So as long as you don't choose the ones that I've just mentioned, I'm quite happy to do spring colours. Oh, she says spring colours, so I get early espresso and rich razzleberry. Sea foam, okay, yep. Peacock. Keep coming with your ideas. I'm not going to pick just yet. Just keep coming. Pumpkin pie. Oh no, have I used pumpkin pie? Okay, so it looks like I'm going to have to divide the colour choices up, because we've got some sort of autumnal colours coming through, and then we've got some not so autumnal. So let's have a look. If I just grab Pretty Peacock out first, and where's my Granny apple? It's up here somewhere. Let's see. That and that would be fun. Now, would mango go with that? Oh, where is my mango? It's gone. It's disappeared. I don't know where it is. Okay, so what about, instead of mango, we'll go for Grapefruit Grove. Would that be okay? Should we do that? Right, I'd like to have a go. Oh, that's blueberry bushel. Pretty Peacock, come here. Right, I'd like to have a go doing the frames in a darker colour, just to see how that works out, because I haven't done that yet. I've done it in a mid colour these twice, and you know, greeny, proper greeny colours, whereas this is more of a bluey green, isn't it? Just picking this up. 23 minutes. Hi Geraldine, lovely to see you. Well, I was so excited about what I did earlier that I wanted to come on here with you guys and have company to do it this time, because you guys give me immediate feedback, so it's really nice just to come on and do something immediately. So I'm just going to try and do this as quickly as possible, and you will see how quick this process is. If someone wants to set their stopwatch, ready, steady, go. So we're at, what's the time now? 25 minutes. Okay. So let's see. We're at 25 minutes. See how long it takes me to do this. So I'm starting to run out of space on my desk. Just keep piling stuff up on it. Okay. So that's all the... Oh no, no it's not. I'll do one more. Oh, this is getting a bit more crowded than before now. I'm starting to put more circles on it. Never mind. Okay, I'm going to leave that there for a second and then start to put all the post-it notes down. See, I've used these like 2 or 3 times now and they're still good. So that's helpful to know. And when I was cutting these out, I put about 4 layers through my Big Shot in one go. Through the framelets could cope with it. So when you think it cuts through cardstock, and 4 sheets of these is about the thickness of cardstock. So yeah, I am definitely using more. I'm using 2 more than I did last time. So there we go. Right. Now I'd like something dark. I really like the idea of using this rose, but I fear it's going to be a bit time consuming to actually colour it in, because I feel like it needs some colour behind it. So I'm not going to do that. What about grabbing Abstract Expressions with... Oh, let's have a bit of Crackle. And... let's see what else. Let's do a bit of Crackle and see where we go with that. I'll do that in the soft sea foam. Oh, I've had another colour on there. Oops. Sorry, it's one of those Tim Holtz moments. He doesn't clean his stamps, does he? Well, if he doesn't do it, why should I? There we go, that's better. See, he would say that's all part of, you know, the charm of it all. But it's a bit tricky when you are trying to use specific colours. Right, so I'm getting this Crackle on. That could be a phrase, get your Crackle on. Right, there we go, that's on. I better clean it before I put it back, hadn't I? Mind you, soft sea foam's not too much of a terrible colour to get everywhere. Right, let's have a think. Abstract Expressions. Let's get some of that in. Hi, Karen. She loves that. Love that Crackle. Now, you know what? You know what? I'm going to do green roses, guys. You know, sometimes you see those gorgeous, you do sometimes see these beautiful lime greeny flowers in the florist shop. I've used this Granite apple green so much in the last few days, I think it's kind of wanting to give up on me. Hello, Esther. Fashionably late to the party. Who said that? Oh, Esther. It's alright, lovely. Right. I'm just testing, for those joining, I'm just test running this whole system to see if it works with other stamps. And I think it's a thumbs up so far. So that's the Granny Apple. Now, I want to see if putting some pretty Peacock over the top of this is going to create that lovely effect that I'm after. Oh, Ilona. Ah, yes, thank you for saying that. Yeah, I do like using the Crackle stamp that way because it means that you don't kind of get so many, you know what, I'm stamping and twisting, guys. Did you see that? Stamp, twist, stamp. So you get, you know, 3 colours, but you only do it twice. Yeah, sorry, back to the Crackle. Yeah, it's a great way of using it because then you just have little bits of it rather than... You cleaned your craft room. Oh, Janice. Did you find any treasure? Okay, let's see how this is looking. Right. Okay, okay. This is going okay. I would like something delicate in here now. So I am going to whip that off for a second, and I want to use this. Do you get a split line down the page where the piercing mats join together? No, I don't, Esther. I've pushed them quite close up, and they seem to be sitting fine. Yep, not a problem at all. Oh, now I'm just going to take my time inking this up because I really want this to be beautifully solid, this image here. And I'm giving that a wee bit of an extra press down. Now sadly we can't get hold of our re-inkers for the new colours just yet, and so I have used these ink pads quite a lot, so I am very eager, hoping that customs are going to get sorted so that we can have our re-inkers, because I like doing techniques with the re-inkers as well. Oh, I tell you what would be fun to try this out with is a baby wipe technique. Right guys, you're looking for the spaces where are the gaps. Right, we need spaces for other things anyway, so I'll leave that for now. This stamp is from Hold On to Hope. This one here, Hold On to Hope. And it's this one. Thank you. Yeah, whenever you're creating one sheet wonders like this, it's good to think about using, you know, a big image, a small image, and then a medium-sized image. So that's, you know, that's what's going on in my head. Right, so do you think now the addition of Grapefruit Grove is going to spoil this, or do you think we're brave enough to do this? Do you think we're going to be okay? I think as long as we do some interesting centres, we may be okay. Go for it, says Janice. Go. Right. Yeah, I think I would normally go for that as well, Esther. It's just that we already picked the colours before. So we'll just see what happens, whether this is going to be a bleh moment or we're going to go woohoo, new combination. Yeah. When I held all the stamp pads together, it looked like it would work. So, you know, there's no reason why it shouldn't. Right, what could I use as a wee centre? I could use my favourite centre. Here it is. Will that show up? Oh, it will. Oh, what about a little bit of a lime green centre? Let's get the granny apple back. Oh, finally got ink on my... Do you guys want to see what it looks like? There we go. Ta-da! There we go. Makes it look like a bit like a blossom, doesn't it? It'd help if I got it in the middle. But... That's it. Okay, right, what's everyone saying? You like that? Why do you use that rather than on a block? What, like this? I don't know, it's just kind of like you're able to kind of get the pressure with your finger. Like when you go pop, like that, dop, 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 like that. It's quite fun. I saw another demo do it and I thought, oh, I'll try it out, and it just kind of, it does make sense, because then you're sort of holding it with your three fingers rather than, I don't know where my A block is now. Instead of doing it like that, you can kind of see a bit more where you're in, I think. Right, I think we need some leaves. Oh, I think I've lost that leaf. Oh! 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 Leaf. Leaf in here. Right. Put that to one side. I don't know, but what colour do we do this in? Does one do it in the granny apple or the pretty peacock? Let's see. No, granny apple is working. It's very subtle, I give you that. But it just adds another texture to the page. And now, so what I'm looking for is around all the post-it notes, I'm wanting to make sure that there is pattern, so that when I take the post-it note off, there's obviously a white circle, because if there are areas around the post-it note that doesn't have any colour, it's going to look a bit odd. So now the other way you can get around this also is to use a sponge or any form of dauber type thing and just go gently round the edge before you remove the post-it notes or sticky notes, whatever you've used. Right, I think we're done. She says, I always have one more look. Oh, just one more. Just one more. More is more. Okay, just get my little spongy thing here. Sorry, I haven't checked the comments. Let me just see what people are saying. Makeup brushes, yes. Makeup brushes. Just get a bit on there and just sponge around the edge. If I show you what the difference is, so look, if I take that off, you can see that there. But if I then just a little bit, not too much, just go around the edge like that. It just helps define it a bit more. Now, what I did like about the first one I did was that the edge wasn't defined because the colours I used were quite light. So it was okay. So it all comes down to what you prefer, really. I just tell you what happens and then it's up to you. Don't do what I do. No, what's the word? I was going to say, that's not quite the right saying, is it? Right, who's that? I missed the first one, Mini-Mate. Oh, yes, you did. This one. I just did this one earlier. That one. Yeah, you'll have to go back and watch the replay for that one. But right, so you ready? It's the great reveal. Ta-da! Ta-da! Da da da! I didn't use a soft seafoam again, did I? Oh. Never mind. Never mind. But there we go. Ooh, it's 70, says Esther. You can rewind on the live. Really? That doesn't send my YouTube into a spin if you do that. Hey, you can... I didn't know you could do that. Don't you all go doing that now, will you? Otherwise I will be left all on my own. Hi, Laurie. And remember, don't throw away your scraps. You can use this for another day. Right, now I have a choice. Do I want that bit chopped off or do I want that bit chopped off? I think I want that bit chopped off. Chop off that bit. Yeah, I think my mistake with this one is I did too many circles on the original. So I've ended up with too many gaps. Let's put it back. So I won't do all the sentiments and stuff with you guys now because I'd like to try and squeeze in another one. So it's 44 minutes. So I started at 25 minutes. So this whole process has taken 20 minutes. Aren't they amazing? 20 minutes and you get these results. So 5 more minutes to maybe do your stamping of your sentiments and you've made 4 cards in under half an hour. So, and they are pretty gorgeous. Okay, okay, let's do one more, and I'm happy to go autumnal. So I think somebody did suggest rich razzleberry, and a piece of cardstock. I'll grab another one. There we go. So, did someone say rich razzleberry, and pumpkin pie? Did someone say? Do you guys want to go with that route? Rich razzleberry, where are you? This is the one that stains. Rich razzleberry. Or blackberry espresso. Oh yes, early espresso, wasn't it? That's very daring. Early espresso. See, rich raspberry is actually very dark. But there we go. No, see, if we had soft sugar plum, I'd be really happy. But that's a while back, isn't it? Pumpkin pie. Grey granite. Oh, where's my grey granite? I had it up yesterday. This is getting a little bit ridiculous on my desk now, I have to say. I have piles and piles of stuff. Right, I don't need these. Put that away. Put that away. Oh, on the floor. On the floor. Grey granite. Hello? Yes? No. Yes. There we go. Right, shall we go for good old beautiful friendship? Because, let's face it, it is the stamp set of the season. And you know you're going to get great results with it. And I would like to see a dark rose, just to see what happens. You guys have seen what it's like in the grey, so that might be quite fun. Now, a tip that I saw for making sure that your stamps don't get too stained is to, when you first use your photopolymers, is to stamp them in a light colour first, because then it gets stained with the light colour, apparently, and it stops the staining. Well, it doesn't stop it, but you get less. So I'm going to attempt to do less circles this time, more like my first one. Right. Clean that off. Let's get these back on here. These sticky notes have served me very well, really, considering how many I've managed to stamp with it. Good night, Esther. My all-time fave, says Minnie. What do you mean? What's your favourite? Beautiful Friendship. Yeah, it's my favourite until something else comes out. Let's face it. Until they come out with another one. Okay, what? I'm tempted to use Crackle again, just as a bit of a background. It's a good overall background one, isn't it? Karen says, I'm in bed. Quite right, that's where we should all be. Apart from me. Okay, let's just get a little bit of this on. Okay, this time I'm going to aim for the spaces in between the circles. Right. Yeah, all the Aussies are having their morning coffees. I fancy a coffee, but it would keep me up, I think. Sometimes I have a decaf because I like the taste of coffee. Right, do I dare use rich razzleberry on this? Yes, I think I will. What other colour did we say we had? Pumpkin pie. What about some pumpkin pie hydrangeas in the background? Should we do that? See what happens. Okay. Got a good feeling about this. Okay, take that off. Oh, did it. Here we go, people. Just make sure my rich razzleberry is inked up well. It's okay. It's not... Could do with a bit of a re-ink, but it might be a good thing because sometimes rich razzleberry can be a bit overpowering. Actually, because these are distinctive stamps, having a slightly drier ink pad is not a bad idea, because when the stamp pads are too juicy you don't get the detail because the ink sometimes sits in between all the gaps. So there we go. If you're not happy with the results you get first time with these distinctive stamps, it's worth making sure that your ink pad is, well, the tip that I've heard for it is that you can get your bone folder and just push the ink over to one side while you're using it and then spread it back afterwards. So, right, I know that I have got a bit of a gap there and there, but I think I'll fill it with something else. So don't worry, I've not neglected. I need a better cloth. I've not neglected that little portion, don't worry. Right, I'm thinking, what about some of these buds in brown? The early Espresso, just to add a bit more texture to this. Oh no, does this need re-inking? This is such a sophisticated colour palette, it's really lovely. So if anyone wants to have a go doing anything with this colour scheme. It's early espresso, rich razzleberry, pumpkin pie, right. I think I'm going to leave a bit of space for something else because I want to get some other textures in here. So like, where's varied vases gone again? I do want to see what some of this would look like. Go for that one. Maybe that in the brown. Okay. Ooh. A whole different new texture in there. It's just nice to break up that solid with these really fine lines. Can you guys see that? Do you want me to get in a bit closer? I know doing the lives you don't get as good a quality image as when I film. I do find this process very relaxing because I get my thoughts all get caught up with the shapes and the balance of it all. It's very good therapy. Right, let's pop that back. And where's the one I was using earlier? Okay, so I'm going to bring Rich Razzleberry back in to sort of semi-fill these, but I'm not being too strict, so kind of aiming for the centres and then stamping around and about. Okay. So I think it probably could do with a little bit more orange. So I'm just going to clean that off. Stick it in my cleaner. Just let that sit there for a second before I wipe that off. We've got, again, we've still got that lovely little bit of texture there. Though I keep wanting to use this one. Or shall I use that beautiful feathery? Now what colour have I not used? Grey Granite. Now funny enough, I used Grey Granite on this very stamp on the video that I've released this afternoon. So it feels a bit like cheating, but you know what, when it works, it works. So I'll go back to using Grey Granite for this one. Don't need a lot of this because the page is already quite full, but it's nice as a little bit of extra texture in here. Right, so let's get my brush. I'm just going to go around the circle just to give it a little bit of extra definition. Let's see what it looks like. And I'll read your comments. Let's have a read. Looking good. Granny apple for the greens, maybe. Very calming. It is. Yeah, we didn't call out granny apple green for the combination, so I want to keep to what we chose. But yes, I would be inclined to put a little bit of a green in here. But then sometimes it's fun not doing what we would normally do and seeing where it takes us. So. Now the one thing I'm not doing is forgetting to take photos of these before I cut them up, but never mind. That's the perk of watching on video, isn't it? You get to see the whole thing and then... It is very addictive, Karen. I'm addicted to doing them. Now I want to see you all having a go doing this, please. You don't have to have this swirly but frame stamp to do this. You can just cut out some circles and then, you know, use a Sharpie or whatever, a pen if you want to create the circles. But it's not, the thing is not about stamping the circle, it's about masking the circle. So please do have a go. And if you'd like to share it officially with me, you're falling asleep. Good night, Janice. I do have a Facebook group called Artful Stampin' Space where people do share their makes, and it gives me a nice feeling to see what you guys have created. You will when your ears are better. Okay. Are you not well, Karen, with your ears? see what this looks like. Yeah, it looks nice with this border around it. I have some really nice Bible verse stamps which would look nice in these. Well, it's a bit damaged, that one, but I think this is actually Fresh Fig from last year. Or it might be Blackberry Bliss. I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, that looks fun on that as a background. Let's just bring back the other ones. So the first one I did tonight was this one. And that was using it is, yeah. What did we use for that one? We used Cajun Craze, crushed curry. We used old olive. So Cajun Craze, crushed curry, old olive, and Rococo rose. And we used varied vases, swirly frames, and beautiful promenade. Oh, and that from Christmas Countdown. So I'm afraid it was 4 stamp sets, but the results are kind of pretty. Okay, so that's that one. Then second of all, we did this one. And we used Grapefruit, Peacock, Granite, and did we use another colour? Oh, soft sea foam. Oh, there it is. Okay, so soft sea foam, pretty peacock, grapefruit grove, and granite apple green. And the stamp sets that we used were Hold On to Hope, we used that one, and Abstract Impressions, we used that one and that one, and we used the leaf from Beautiful Promenade, and the Crackle stamp, which is, oh, was it? Yeah, that one there. Okay, so that was that one. Oh, thank you, Ruth. Are you a stamper? So I know a lot of you are stampers, but is there anybody who's watching who has never seen this kind of thing before? I'm always interested to know where you guys are from and what you'd enjoy doing. And okay, so this was the last one. So we used Beautiful Friendship, swirly frames, and varied vases. And the colours we used were pumpkin pie, early espresso, rich razzleberry, grapefruit. grey granite, rich razzleberry, early espresso, and pumpkin pie. That's how we did these ones. They are super atmospheric, if you know what I mean. They just, you know, and each one's so different. If I line them up so that you can see the different colour schemes. Oop, lost it. Where did I put the others? I've lost the first batch. Oh my days. Oh, seriously, Ruth. Right, that's the first batch. That's the second batch. Oh, there they are. They're also different. And so if you haven't seen the first one that I did, ta-da! What was this one? So it's very soft. You know, this one is very soft compared to these ones. But, you know, I couldn't really say for sure which was my favourite because they're just all so different, you know, in different ways. The last one would make a good sympathy card. Yes. Yes, it would. Yeah. Yeah, I think sophisticated colour schemes are better for sympathy and nothing too frilly. Yeah. So, if you're watching this on the replay, thank you for sticking with me to the end. And please let me know which one your favourite was. We've got 1, 2 and 3. And if you haven't seen the previous video, it's much quicker than this one. This one says over an hour long, but the other one is 5 minutes. So in 5 minutes you can kind of get the whole gist of it all. And thank you so much for sharing this journey with me. It's just it's just been so exciting to kind of discover this new technique, and I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with. So take care for now and have a great rest of the week. I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to do another live because I'm going to a conference on Friday morning and I won't be back until Sunday night. So I hopefully, maybe Monday night, I think I will do a live because I just love doing them so much. And if I can get my act together, then there's videos that some need editing and some are ready to go, so I just need to write blog posts and stuff. So I might release a video between now and Monday, so that you guys have got something to see. So you're very welcome, Ali. Thank you for your company. Thank you, Linda, Karen, Ruth. And if you're here for the first time and you don't subscribe, please, please, please do subscribe. Just hit that button, subscribe button. And if you would like to have notifications, hit the bell button, but also check on your device settings, because sometimes even if you hit the bell, you may have told your device not to keep pinging you. So I have had people come on saying, I didn't know you were going to be live, or I've missed you, or whatever. So yeah, I'm sorry if that happens. And the more that I'm doing these, I am thinking about trying to schedule, like look at my diary and go, okay, what nights can I do it? So I give you guys the heads up. So if you do want to play along with me, you can. So, yeah. And also, if you do enjoy these, please do share it out with your friends and invite them to come and join the fun, because it turns into a little bit of a party, doesn't it, really? You know, we've got a few people watching and it's really good fun. So, lovely to see you all. Take care for now. Bye.